Imagine waking up in a place where nobody understands you. The air feels unfamiliar, the language around you sounds completely foreign, and every face staring back at you carries the same expression: confusion. Now, imagine being told that according to every official record, you don't exist anywhere in the world. No country claims you, no database recognizes your identity, no history proves you were ever real. This is the story of a man whose appearance challenged logic, science, and reality itself. In the summer of 2003, airport authorities in a busy international terminal noticed something unusual. A man stood calmly near passport control, dressed neatly in a dark suit, carrying a briefcase like any ordinary traveler. Nothing about his appearance suggested danger or urgency. Yet, within minutes, security officers realized something was very wrong. When the man presented his passport, officials immediately assumed it was fake. The document looked authentic, professionally printed, properly stamped, and aged like it had been used many times before. But the country listed on the passport did not exist. The passport claimed he was from a nation called Laxaria. Officers checked again, assuming it was a translation error or perhaps an outdated country name, but no historical record, no political archive, and no geographic database contained any mention of such a nation. The man insisted, calmly, that Laxaria was a peaceful European country located between France and Spain. According to him, it had existed for centuries. Authorities believed they were dealing with a confused traveler, or possibly someone attempting fraud. They brought him into a private interview room for questioning. What happened next only deepened the mystery. The man spoke confidently about world events, geography, and politics. He recognized real countries, correctly named global leaders, and described international history with perfect accuracy. His behavior showed no signs of mental instability. Yet, whenever officers asked about Laxaria, he became frustrated, insisting they must be joking. He pointed to a world map on the wall and repeatedly tried to show where his country should be. To him, the map itself was wrong. Language experts were called in. Surprisingly, the man spoke several known languages fluently, including English and French, but his accent didn't match any identifiable region. Even linguistic specialists could not determine where he had learned to speak. His wallet contained unfamiliar currency, coins and banknotes printed with symbols no one recognized. Credit cards displayed unknown banking institutions. Every item appeared real, yet none could be traced to any existing system. Airport security escalated the situation to national authorities. Fingerprint databases returned no matches. Immigration systems showed no record of him entering the country. Surveillance footage confirmed he had simply walked into the terminal as if arriving from nowhere. With no explanation available, officials placed the man in a nearby hotel under supervision while they investigated further. Guards were stationed outside his room, and his documents were confiscated for analysis. He was told to rest while authorities contacted international agencies. The next morning, something impossible happened. The man was gone. The hotel room remained locked from the inside. Windows were sealed several floors above ground level. Security guards claimed nobody had entered or exited overnight, yet when they opened the room, it was completely empty. His belongings had vanished with him. No signs of escape were found. No surveillance cameras captured his departure. It was as though he had disappeared into thin air. News of the incident spread quietly among investigators, but never reached major headlines at the time. Officials feared public panic and labeled the case unresolved. Internally, however, many admitted they had never encountered anything like it. Years later, leaked reports reignited interest in the mystery. Independent researchers began analyzing fragments of the case, comparing it to older stories with unsettling similarities. Historical records described individuals appearing in foreign lands with knowledge and documents from places that supposedly never existed. Some theorists propose the idea of parallel realities, worlds nearly identical to ours but slightly different. In such a theory, the man may have come from a version of Earth where Luxaria truly existed. A small shift in reality, a momentary overlap between dimensions, could explain why his memories and documents seemed genuine to him. Others suggested advanced psychological experiments or classified government operations involving identity manipulation. Skeptics argued the story was an elaborate hoax, though no one could explain how fake currency, verified surveillance gaps, and missing biometric data all aligned perfectly. Scientists studying quantum theory noted that reality at its smallest level behaves unpredictably. Particles appear and disappear, existing in multiple states simultaneously. Some researchers wondered whether, under extremely rare conditions, such instability could affect larger systems, even human beings. If reality itself is not as fixed as we believe, could someone accidentally cross from one version of the world into another? The mystery deepened when witnesses working at the airport years later described strange electrical disturbances occurring that same night. Lights reportedly flickered without cause. Communication systems briefly failed. Logs showed unexplained time discrepancies lasting several minutes. Though none of this proved anything, the coincidences were difficult to ignore. Online communities became obsessed with the story. Forums filled with debates, reconstructed timelines, and speculative theories. Some users claimed similar experiences, moments of lost time, unfamiliar memories, or places that seemed subtly different from how they remembered them. Psychologists explained these accounts as false memories or cognitive errors. Yet believers argued that unexplained phenomena throughout history often begin as stories dismissed too quickly. The man from Luxaria was never seen again. No government officially acknowledged the case. No missing person report matched his description. No evidence surfaced proving who he was or where he came from. The investigation slowly faded into obscurity, leaving behind only unanswered questions. Was he a traveler from a parallel world, a victim of an unknown scientific experiment, or simply a mystery humanity is not yet ready to understand? Sometimes the most unsettling possibility is not that the story is impossible, but that it might be true. Somewhere, perhaps in another version of reality, a man may have returned home confused, insisting he visited a country that no longer exists, a world where maps suddenly changed and people refused to believe him. And if realities can overlap once, who's to say it cannot happen again? Think about it carefully. Every day, millions of people move through crowded airports, pass strangers without noticing them, and assume the world works exactly as it should. But what if, just once, someone stepped into the wrong reality without realizing it? If you suddenly found yourself in a world that insisted your home never existed, how would you prove who you are? The mystery remains unsolved, suspended between science and imagination, waiting for an explanation that may never come. If you have your own theory about what really happened, share it below. And subscribe to the Untold Signal for more untold mysteries, strange disappearances, and stories that challenge what we believe about reality. And remember, sometimes the truth isn't hidden, sometimes it simply belongs to another world.